Most people don't know that New Hope is a small place, but it's doing a lot of big things to a lot of people, because you see this tiny house that holds just this minimal amount of food and you think, oh, this place probably helps like 50 people or 75 maximum, but all the different programs help so many people with so many different stories, and New Hope has been a part of that throughout almost a lot of their lives, especially for the children. But New Hope is something that a lot of people don't understand, that we're doing big things.
Our mission is to show Christ's love, to build relationships, and to empower people to move from crisis to self-sufficiency. We believe that everyone is made in the image of God and that our identity is found in that place. So when people are challenged and struggling, we help them understand that the challenges aren't what define them, but it is how God views them that really matters. New Hope is unique because we take a really personal approach. We get to know people at a very deep level. We're willing to walk with them for years if needed. So we don't just hand food out to someone one day and expect that they're going to be able to move forward on their own. We invite them into a relationship. We get to know them. We try to help them realize their own gifts and help them use those to move forward.
I came to New Hope as a participant almost 11 years ago. My friend took me to this place and they helped me in the moment that we were going through a very difficult financial situation. My husband lost his job and I could find this warm place that people offer their friendship and the confidence you feel to stay with them. I spend most of the time in the kitchen. I love to serve the ladies and their children because I believe it is better to serve than receive, and there's not much joy to see those ladies having so much fun and enjoying their time. And the truth is, New Hope is really important, not only for me, my family, for the community. Every time when we have our meetings as a Women of Hope or as a mentor, you know that New Hope is being a blessing and working in people's lives.
New Hope is so small, people don't really expect so much out of it, but I feel like there's nothing that they can't do for you. Even if you think that you have a small problem, they're there. And even if it's something that you feel like it's too big for them to help you, they're also there. At the beginning of my junior year, I started having a lot of problems at home with my parents because there was a lot of stress with schoolwork. I felt like I had no one to talk to, and I would go home from school and spend from 5 to 6 hours doing homework. So it got to a point that me and my mom, we weren't able to really communicate with our arguing. And my mom was involved in the ESL program that New Hope gives. And she had mentioned to Liz that she wanted me to become more involved. It was somewhere that I could be open. I wasn't like so worried about school or what was going on in my house. It was somewhere kind of like where I can like really be myself and like socialize with people, which I was not doing anymore because I was so worried about my schoolwork. New Hope was like my support group, you could say, in some way, because it was like a stress relief. I would go there for a few hours and then I would feel much better about myself or about what was going on in my house. I was able to talk to them about my issues, especially Liz. Liz helped me a lot because it was like I wasn't able to talk to my mom, but I was able to talk to her. So it was like I had someone to talk to. And even though like She was very busy all the time. She always like made time for me. So Liz helped me a lot to not feel like I was alone and I didn't have anyone to talk to, because she was like willing to be there even though she had a lot to do, just like I did. So I'm going to Berkeley College now. I have a full scholarship. I have a full-time internship, and I'm also a volunteer in New Hope. I'm actually the youngest member to ever join Women of Hope.
When we look towards the future, our vision for New Hope and for the community is that the teens that are now in our high school New Hope teen leaders are going to be the community leaders of tomorrow. So in 10 years from now, or 15 or 20, they're going to be running New Hope, they're going to be leading in the town, they're going to be educating, and we're really excited that they are the future. Also, New Hope is the only place in Prospect Park or Haledon that you can get free or low-cost mental health services. These mental health services are a critical component of our holistic approach to helping people move from crisis to self-sufficiency.
My name is Angelica, and I'm the Vice President of the New Hope Teen Leaders. Around this time last year, I was at a very low point in my life. I was pushing away a lot of my friends. I was not talking to my family. I just really thought that there was nobody that could relate to me or be near me in a way that they could understand what I was going through. And I got to the point where I was telling myself, I want to end all of this. I don't want to be here with any of these people. Like, it's not worth it. I just really want death. Like, that was really the only thing that I found comfort in. And they noticed that I wasn't talking to a lot of my friends. I was very quiet in class. My grades dropped like drastically. And so I got pulled into the guidance counselor's office, and she just asked like what was going on. And that was sort of like my breaking point in the whole thing that I was going through. My parents were like very concerned, and my dad especially was saying that like I needed to talk to someone because the way I was feeling, it had to change. I immediately thought of Felipe because he had been there for me in like the previous years. So we started meeting a lot, and then New Hope sort of started becoming my safe haven. It was a place where I could go and be with friends that I could talk to about anything, and be with leaders that are huge role models for me. I found a huge comfort in, and I considered it like my second home. Liz is the leader of the teen leaders, and she very quickly became someone that I looked for support. She, as well as Felipe, was very helpful in how I could also grow in my relationship with God, because she would always ask me like, how's your relationship with God going? And at first it was like, it's non-existent. I don't have a relationship with God, because I had figured that since all of my other friends and my parents, like they weren't really there because I pushed them away, like why would God be there for me as well? And she was basically the one that like made me like realize like God is the one person above anyone that will never ever leave you. That mistake that you made, it doesn't matter. I still love you. You can keep going. Things can get better. It can get better.
My prayer and thanks also is for the donors. Maybe they don't know how much they touch people's hearts, and you can see their lives can be transformed through their support.
In my short time here at New Hope, We've seen so much growth, but I know that we've only touched the tip of the iceberg and there is so much more to come. We hope that you'll join us for the rest of the journey.